Last year, Utah State swept the series. The rematch in this one is in San Diego on February 25th. But first things first, top two teams in the Mountain West set to have at it. Mike Littlewood, Tom Nunez, Andy O'Brien, our officials, and we're playing ball in Logan. And it's the Aggies in white with Drake Allen at the point. Had a little trouble getting rid of the ball. 12 on the shot clock. On the drive. He'll pull it up off the glass. No good on the rebound to the Aztecs.
On all those go screens, you've got to communicate there if you're San Diego State. You get the contest at the rim. Falslove wants to get to that right hand.
And it's Bird for three. Off the back of the iron and the rebound off to Elamine.
Something to watch for. Miles Bird, when he's been good from three, he's been great. But he can also go a little bit cold. Streaky shooter.
At the point for the Aggies is not a big scoring threat. There's the feed inside and a good one, and on the baseline whistle.
Well, 2 possessions in, Brad, and you see the swarming nature of San Diego State's defense and certainly their pressure. B.J. Davis helps uphill, but you've got multiple Aztec defenders coming down to crash on Zach Keller.
And with the tie-up, the ball goes to San Diego State, and as the Aggies will do throughout the game and throughout the season, a little bit of full-court pressure.
You'll see some man-to-man. You'll see diamond and one. They've got a plethora of presses they can go to.
Whoa, that can all the way across court, and it's good for 3 for Dixon Waters.
Well, that ball had eyes. No, that thing was like they were playing 5-on-0 and there was no defense out there. I have no idea how it got through. And I do love Reese Dixon Waters' games. He's lethal in the mid-range, but can shoot it from 3.
That last one they say was a 2, not a 3, so it's 2-0, and the turnover for the Aggies. Heidi out on top. The feed inside to Heidi. Extra step, and he walks.
Somehow, some way, this pass gets through here. I mean, this thing is like right by the ear of Falslove. It finds its way to Reese Dixon Waters. Yeah, probably need a little more air on that one next time, but it worked out here. Both these teams now switch so much. There's going to be opportunities to slip.
And we're going to have a foul on Dixon Waters underneath.
And interesting enough, from the San Diego State defense, the way they load and protect the paint, there will be opportunities to skip it for 3s. That was a nice slip out of that screen from Zach Keller.
Little trouble getting it in all the way to the backcourt to Collins. MJ, the leading scorer in the conference at 19 per. Here's Falslove. 3. Off the mark. Bird with the rebound. Davis, nice dribble to get open momentarily. Elamine's got him trapped in the corner. He found Bird somehow. Ahead, Elamine on the break. He leaves it underneath for the slam for Keller.
This is going to be a game, whether it's turnovers, long rebounds, missed layups, that they are going to lead to runouts. And the Aggies are going to be opportunistic every time they can get out and go.
And again, they push it. Falslove trips in the lane.
Well, the Aggies average over 15 fast break points per game, and Adlon Elamine can be electric in the open floor. That's great feel, though. You feel that you've drawn that second defender, and you've got Zach Keller running the floor. That's a beautiful pass from a guy that just continues to grow and grow in Elamine. What a prospect he is.
6'9" freshman out of Arlington, Virginia.
If he's the number 9 ranked player in the state of Virginia, I want to see the other 8.
I do too. Davis pulled it off the backside of the miss. BJ working against Allen.
He's tasked with some of the injuries to run the show here. I love his response. Had the missed free throw. That game against Grand Canyon and then didn't play well at UNLV, but he really responded in their last game against Colorado State.
There's a steal by Allen. That's what he does best. He's going to take it coast to coast to the kick out and an offensive foul.
I thought B.J. Davis had some happy feet there on that charge.
So does Drake Allen.
Well, you can't turn the ball over against this team. Well, he's leaning there. I think that should have been a block, but you know that Utah State is going to push the tempo. He's kind of just moving as he's getting hit.
And Drake will sit. Don't want to get him in foul trouble. So Perryman, the freshman, comes in to play the point for the Aggies, and he's guarding Davis out on top. Baseline shot will go for Compton.
Compton, 18 of his last 21 from the field coming in. Don't see him miss from two very often.
They haven't gotten Fossil a good look yet for the Aggies, and we're 4 minutes in. Nice pass on the baseline. A lot of traffic there, though. Too much. Simmons with a block, and Davis on the break. BJ off the mark. There's a lot of action for a 2-2 game, I'd say that.
Well, you can see even off missed layups, they are looking to go.
Kept alive on the baseline by Templin.
I thought Templin could have finished that there, miss.
Wow. This thing is up, and
the score does not do justice to the way this has gone. But both teams have combined 2 of 12 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. These shots got to go in sometime.
Every time you look at the two top teams scoring 84 points a game for Utah State, 81 for San Diego State. And you're going to have to pay for every point right now, because at this rate, at the end of the game, it's going to be 20-20. We're going to go to overtime. Elamine on the break after the steal. The follow is good by Perryman.
Well, he's just so disruptive with that leg. Now, I was talking to an NBA scout who's a friend of mine, and he made this comment that he sees a little bit of Pascal Siakam with the way he moves. Not that level player yet, obviously, but there's a lot of eyes on this kid.
Good job defensively by Templin against Compton, who had 2 chances at it.
Well, Compton shooting 79% from 2, and we've seen him miss a couple early on. That's 6th nationally, and he leads the Mountain West in 2-point percentage.
He's playing with a face mask today. We found out he fractured his nose a couple of games ago.
And normally that's an immediate thing.
Oh, yeah. You usually know that. He actually went to the trainer and said, you know, my nose doesn't feel right. This is like 2 games ago. When you break your nose, you usually know you broke your nose. Anyway, the mask is the first time today. And here's Elamine on the steal on the break.
Well, San Diego State has certainly been turnover prone on the year. They average just under 13 a game, but they give up over 14 points off turnovers per ball game, which is in the 250s of college basketball. That can't be the case today with the way Utah State can turn you over and with the way they want to run. This has got to be a half-court game for San Diego State.
Right now in the half court is Sean Newman playing the point against Perryman, the freshman. Newman, the lob underneath, and still they can't connect. It's going to be a foul underneath. You can hit every highlight with CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free 24/7. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today.
I don't know if Tay Simmons or Pharaoh Compton knew who that lob was actually for. You had Compton rolling, Simmons cutting. Simmons, for a freshman, is a tremendous cutter. If you're guarding him in the corner, you cannot lose track of him, because he's taken that right to the rim. And with that body as a freshman, why not?
Unbelievable. 6'6" freshman out of Simi Valley, California, 4-time All-State performer. Missed the opener of his 2 free throws. This student body is well designed.
Yes.
Coach Calhoun said they get together 2 or 3 times a week and actually practice what they're going to do, and they're well rehearsed.
Well, the herd is one of the best in the country. I think the spectrum, the herd, it's the secret amongst national college basketball fans, but when you get here, this is one of the elite environments in all of college basketball.
I have not been here before, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Perryman, 4 to shoot. Gonna have to hurry. Baseline, got a 3 away. It's an air ball, and shot clock expires.
Well, if you're Tay Simmons, you don't want to lose too much track of Kobe King. Coming off the season high 20. That's a career 39% three-point shooter. Maybe a little over-aggressive in the help there. It doesn't matter. King not even close on that 3. Don't want to give him an open look.
He was 4 for 7 on his threes in their win over Wyoming earlier this week. Overplay by Collins, but can't come up with a steal.
At San Diego State, they've got to be a little bit more careful with some of these passes. You better meet your pass. You better be sure. We've seen Elamine shoot through that passing lane, and there's MJ Collins doing the same.
And Kobe King, a little one-man backcourt pressure. And he got nailed by a pick from Simmons. Didn't see that one or hear it coming. And now Simmons trying to throw one down, and that won't go. It's going to be fouled by Clark.
Well, Elijah Perryman's got to get up there to call that out. I know it's loud in here, but you've got to do your teammate a solid. I mean, Kobe King never sees that thing. Just gets picked off. And then Simmons had bad intentions here. That doesn't get fouled. You know, Gary Clark could have been on a poster.
So Simmons back to the free throw line where he hit 1 of 2 a minute ago. And the chance of you will miss it. He doesn't.
Back in the game, number 10, B.J. Davis.
B.J. Davis checking back in. And Dixon Waters goes out. Free throw to give the Aztecs their second lead in the ball game, and he's got it. They lead by 1.
Now San Diego State with a little of their own pressure that they'll pick up full court as well.
Perryman again playing the point because Greg Allen went out after an early foul. And almost had it stolen. They're going to call a foul on Copley, I think. Yep. Farrell picks up his first. And now Falsleft comes back in, as does Drake Allen, the 2 starting guards for the Aggies. Falsleft the lob underneath, and that's knocked out of bounds by Davis.
How about the help from Davis there? I mean, he's guarding a man in the corner, but he's seeing that the whole way. Gary Clark wants to play in the paint. He has a mismatch down there. B.J. Davis just snuffs all that out as the weak side help defender.
Underneath is Allen. Tricky.
He'll do that. He'll throw it off a defender's back. If you're not watching him, he's gotten away with that multiple times this season.
I think he did it against Grant Cannon, didn't he? Yeah. Davis up, out, and tipped in by Simmons.
You just have so many Aggie defenders coming over to contest that Davis layup, but there is nobody home for Simmons or Compton on the backside.
I keep waiting for Falsleft to get a shot. So far, I don't think he's taken one.
He hasn't had really many opportunities here.
Templin in trouble, 40 shoots, got to go up with it from 15 and got it.
And he has played really well over the last 4. You think about that second half against Colorado State, just makes play after play. Averaging almost 10 a game. He's kind of coming into his own here this year.
Kind of a guy that does the dirty work.
Gets on the offensive glass.
And hits the floor a lot.
Has some sneaky athleticism to him, too. A couple of those dunks against Colorado State, pretty impressive.
DeGorville trying to feed underneath and does. Nice dish inside. Got it to Compton.
I love the confidence that DeGorville's playing with. Averaged 5 a game as a freshman, but over the last 4, can play in the mid-range, shoots it from 3. He's really played well these last 4 games.
Over 10 a game and 52% from the floor. That stretch of 4. Templin picks up the loose ball, going in for another attempt.
A good contest by Compton at the rim.
It's 3-on-3, and Simmons underneath.
How about the hands on Simmons there? He snags that thing. That pass might have been for B.J. Davis fanning out to the three-point line, but like a receiver snags that thing, and Simmons running the floor, he's rewarded.
Simmons off to a great start. He leads San Diego at 9 of their 11. Allen not a three-point shooter, and I guess I didn't have to say that.
Well, he's now 1 of his last 13 from 3.
He's only got 9 threes on the year and shoots about 25%, but this kind of thing he's great at.
You turn your back to him. Drake Allen just going to throw it right off the backside, and then in the open floor, Tay Simmons loves to finish around that paint.
Officials have a review going on right now. At the end of the play, right before we took the break, here's what happened. There were bodies pretty much everywhere, and everybody trying to help their teammate up. And when Tay Simmons gets up, he gives Gary Clark a little shove between the shoulders, and then his teammates try to cool him off. And the coaches come out as well. I don't know if there was a lot to it, but they're about to tell us whether or not that was a technical foul on Tay Simmons or not. Robbie's getting the word. And
after review, we have a double dead ball technical foul, contact technical foul on number 11, Utah State. And number 5, San Diego State. The ball will be point of interruption. San Diego State ball under the basket with 20 on the shot clock.
So it's not on Tay Simmons. It's on,
which is kind of surprising.
Errol Compton, right?
Compton and certainly Clark had gotten a little bit tied up there.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it's offsetting, or should have been nothing. I mean, right. You want to call offsetting fine to maybe keep the game under control with the officials.
Here's another look. There's the two tangle. Clark and okay, that's where it was, not the push by Simmons at the end. All right. Well, Compton will sit down, and Gary Clark has 2 fouls, and
which is
Gary Calhoun says, you know, he's being great player, we can keep him on the floor. Comes into Clark, who's still on the floor with a couple of fouls. And he throws it away. And it's Bird on the fly.
And how about the way he gets to the body there of Gary Clark? Miles Bird, he's like a defensive back, just shooting right through that lane. Then he takes away any opportunity to block that shot.
The biggest lead of the ball game right now for the Aztecs, up 5. We approach the midway point of the first half. MJ Collins going to take a deep 3 short. Kept alive by Clark, up and in.
And that's something that he can really impact this game with his ability to get on the offensive boards. But Gary Clark hasn't rebounded at the same level the last 9 games as what he did the first 11. Good to see him get back out there and play to his strength.
So the foul on Elamine is going to be his first. Let's take a look at the fresh fun fact of the game presented by Fresh Pet. Look at this numbers. Almost 49% of their points from their reserves this season. And that's about 39 points a game, which is unbelievable. Second best in the country.
Well, their leading scorer, Reese Dixon Waters, is 25th in the Mountain West at 11 points per game. Not often you see the level of balance that San Diego State has, but when you talk about the injuries, you're missing Magoon Guath, you're missing Elsie Harrington, and they're a team that can absorb that. Yeah. They have so many other guys.
They have 11 guys that average over 11 minutes a game, and you can't say that about many teams. Here's some full-court heat from the Aggies, and they're able to break it easily. And a pull-up, and a 3 by Dixon Walden.
He shoots those off-the-bounce shots like layups. I mean, he just finds real rhythm. Reese Dixon Waters, great story. Didn't play for 591 games, had the foot injury, 591 days, excuse me. And he has come back and had a really nice season here.
He was 7 out of 9 in their last game. 10th straight time he's been in double figures. And he's off to a good start here today. Giving his team a 6-point lead. Fossil tried to get a shot off.
He thought he got fouled there on that pro hop. San Diego State is going to load up. There is going to be help defense to meet you there.
Well, 3 guys around him.
Miles Bird, he's the help defender. Now, I think Newman did get him on the arm.
And just as the shot clock was expiring, and it did expire. That's another Utah State turnover. Robbie, they held 5 turnovers last Tuesday against White. They've got 8 right now.
Well, and give San Diego State so much credit. Utah State's offense, when you watch it, it's going well. It's such a well-oiled machine with the 5-out, some of the set plays they run. But San Diego State takes you out of all that because they're just going to switch everything. They're going to put pressure on the ball, and they're going to load to their help.
Davis has no trouble with Collins' pressure. And BJ threw it away. Allen on the break. No foul call. Davis gets it right back, and now they've got numbers. Davis ahead in the corner. Dixon Waters backpedals, fires, and a rebound on a 2 miss. Elamine going the other way. Collins 3. Wow, they can't buy one right now.
After they were on fire against Wyoming, they've been ice cold. Zach Keller keeping that play alive, and you're seeing the tempo in Utah State that they have gotten out and gone. That's where their best offense has been on the day.
Aggies 0 for 9 from 3-point range right now.
Well, they needed to save some of those makes from Wednesday. 13 of them. They shredded that Wyoming zone. There was just no answer for what they were doing offensively.
That foul was on Heidi, by the way.
Oh, man.
MJ trying to throw one down. Comes the other way for the Aztecs. And a lob underneath. I guess maybe it was a shot.
That will not be a popular call here.
You're correct, sir.
The rim protection has been on display. That's Davis going up and being vertical. And then you get to Gorville coming the other way. The question was, did he get tripped? And I guess Elamine gets him a little bit, but that certainly was a bailout call.
And Gorville, a 75% free throw shooter, nails the first one. Gorville averaging just under 6 points a game. He's a guy for the Aztecs that scores more on the road than he does at home or at neutral sites. Got 1 of 2. Elamine with a rebound. 7-point lead. Boy, this is not a good Aggie showing offensively so far. Hook shot inside will go for Keller. And Heidi clears it off to Davis. Spin move, pretty in the lane. Can't get it to go, though. And Hoslev looking to push it. All the way for his own shot, and got it. Finally scores.
Another missed layup that has led to an opportunity for Utah State. Nobody stopping the basketball. Mason Hoslev takes matters into his own hands. Maybe that jump starts his offense.
And now there's a stoppage in play as the officials are trying to back up some of the photographers down on the baseline. There's not a lot of room down there to start.
Packed house down there.
Yeah. So they're making themselves as small as they can do.
Well, these two teams have met up. It's been must-see TV. That game in San Diego last year, an unbelievable finish. Tucker Anderson with the game-winning 3. It's just 2 really good programs going at it.
And out of bounds, the Aztecs turn it over. Just under 8 minutes to go first half. A low-scoring one. The Aztecs on the road, leading by 5. Our game summary, the top 2 portions kind of tell the story. 0 for 9 from 3-point for the Aggies. 8 turnovers already. The defense of San Diego State's been suffocating.
Well, they've been known for it forever, and certainly the rim protection's been on display. Even without Magoon Guas, who averages over a block a game, it has not been easy at the basket. Utah State just 2 of 8 on layups for this ball game, and certainly when you combine that with the poor shooting at 0 for 9, something's got to give. Their only offense miss has been when they've been able to get out and find opportunities in the open floor.
Exactly. They come in #1 in the conference in two-point shots at 62%. They're sure not there today. And about 40% of their points in league play comes from two-point land, and that's not happening.
Well, it's a different beast with San Diego State's defense, that's for sure. That's another tough one that's contested at the rim.
And ball out of bounds to the out.
You got Heidi coming over. It's good defense there on the ball from B.J. Davis. But you want to beat a team like San Diego State. You got to get better play from your best guys. Yeah, they've got to get it from Collins and Falslev. Those guys have got to play like the best players.
Let's see how this one goes. Nope. 0 for 10.
Good look, though. Got away on the drive and found himself open. M.K. Collins over these last 5, just 9 of his last 35 from 3. Really cooled off from his hot start to the year.
Davis pull up from the elbow, got it.
Look at all these San Diego State guards. They shoot it in the mid-range. Everybody says the mid-range is dead. Well, not for the Aztecs. Elsie Harrington, Reese Dixon-Waters, B.J. Davis, all willing mid-range pull-up shooters.
And after what looked like a turnover happening, Elijah Perryman found the handle and scores. He's got 4.
Even with this poor start for Utah State, and they're only down 5, their defense has kept them in it. Right?
This thing is chippy right now. Davis and Collins were talking to each other before the inbounds pass, and both of them gave each other a little shove as like, get out of my space. Dixon Waters gonna pull up for 3. Rebound tipped. Elamine finds the handle.
Good fight there for Zach Keller. He's one of the only Utah State bigs with real size. They're going to need him today against the Aztec front line.
0 for 11 from outside the arc. Davis going the other way, 1-on-2 and scores.
The D-cell and the body control, but you got to get back, even off a made layup.
Elamane's going to get fouled en route, but he almost brought the rim down with him. Foul on Odom.
Wouldn't it be nice just to feel that? I mean, most guys are just laying that bad boy up, but Adlon Elamine was turning that thing over.
You're talking about the finish. I just like to run this.
Well, both these days, I suppose.
So, Elamine at the free throw line, a 77% free throw shooter. And he knocks down the first. That's his first point of the game. Light your torch and be part of history as Survivor returns for a milestone 50th season. New season premiere Wednesday, February 25th on CBS.
You know, Ness, I think about it. I saw San Diego State at the Players era, and from watching a couple of their games and doing a couple of their games, I just thought, this is not a Brian Dutcher team at that point in the year. And you look at what they've become now. That defensive efficiency has moved into the top 20. They're so much more connected. It was a tough start to their non-conference, but they've looked like San Diego State here once they've gotten into conference play.
And they're not showing it today because both teams' defense has been so good, but they're averaging 81 points a game, and that's unheard of. You got to go back to the mid-80s somewhere to find them score that many points a game. And that 3 goes just when I say there's no offense. Boom, hits a triple.
Boy, and what a time. One of his last 13 from 3. Miscommunication from Utah State and Jeremiah Oden. That's kind of found money for the Aztecs.
They've taken the crowd pretty much out of it, too. Up 9 right now for San Diego State.
Well, nothing has been easy in the half court.
Templin. And off the backboard. Did he call it? I don't know, but he'll take it.
He's shooting 50% from 3 in Mountain West play. They needed a spark. Templin's been that guy here over the last 5.
That's their first 3 in 12 attempts. Extra pass, Bird underneath, Templeton stops, and pulled the ball away, and he's fouled. That's the guy we were talking about hitting the deck and doing the dirty work.
A certain fan favorite. What a sequence for him. End the drought on the offensive end, get vertical on the defensive side. Tay Simmons may be a little bit casual, want to take him out of rhythm a bit more. And that's as good a verticality as you can have right there.
And then Simmons, and you can see the excitement from Carson Templin, the 6'9" junior out of Fairview, Texas. He plays basketball like he should have been a football player in Fairview, Texas.
Well, he's got the flow, he's got the skill, certainly got the effort and the energy as well.
Doesn't really have the free throw shooting skills. 56%. He's kind of showed it there, but he has cut the lead down to 6. Newman in the paint. Bird backpedals and fires over Allen. In and out. Templin tipped it. Aztecs come up with it though.
Dixon Waters, he saved a run out there. What an effort.
And everybody on the floor again.
Well, there's no question that when this game ends for the guys that play, you're going to feel it. Yeah. Because the physical nature of both these programs here, nothing is easy on either end.
Either get in the ice tub or just go out and sit in a snowdrift
That's right.
somewhere.
That's right, if you could find it.
If you could find a snowdrift.
Got to go up to altitude.
That's right. Newman close on Allen. Got a screen from Templin. Here he goes. Doesn't get a foul call. The lob. A little too strong. Turnover. Now it's a 2-on-1. Elamine.
Wow. Just the contest by San Diego State. I mean, they are getting to that restricted area and getting vertical.
Oden just dropped another one. And it's timeout time for the Aggies.
Jeremiah Oden, the last 3 games he's started, but he's only scored 5 points. He's got 6 on 2 triples here this afternoon. What a boost he's given the Aztec offense. And just like that, they push this thing out to 9.
Tomorrow on CBS features a Big Ten College Hoops battle as number 12 Purdue. Robbie's alma mater takes on Maryland. Tip-off 1 Eastern here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Braden Smith, one of my favorite players.
Yes. Well, he's just raised his level in conference play, and it's not like he was playing poorly in the non-conference, but the scoring is up, the assists per games, leads the country overall, and his first in the Big Ten in conference play, but he's been so efficient from the field and the three-point line. He's a heck of a player.
Iron Eagle, Bill Raftery, Bruce Pearl will bring you that one, 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow.
On CBS with his kiss.
That's well said right there.
Get the puppy situated.
I was disappointed last week. Maryland came out in a 2-3 zone. It's kind of really messed up. But he did say with some man-to-man principle.
That's right. That's exactly what you got to go with.
How about the way San Diego State has guarded the basket? Utah State just 3 of 12 on layups, and you can see why the Aztecs have one of the elite paint point defenses in all of college basketball. This is a game where if you're going to touch the paint nest, it's not for you. You jump stop and you kick it to your shooters, but you got to make some.
Elamine, too much dribbling. Allen looks at shoot. He's got to put it up from 3/4 court. And he got the backboard. Didn't get the rim. Elamine, a lot of dribbling, trying to work the top of the circle and lost the handle. Drake had to go way back in the backcourt to try to shag down the loose ball.
This looks like a different team from the game that I saw against Baylor back at the Players era. That was in November, but this San Diego State defense connected, elite at the rim, and they've only blocked 1 shot, but they have really altered a number of others.
Baseline jumper and goes for Dixon Waters. He makes some tough shots.
Tough shots for most, not for him. And he loves the little gentle fadeaway. He is so good in that mid-range.
Double-figure lead.
68% of his jumpers come off the bounce. It really gives him rhythm.
That's a foul. That's a foul. That's going to be 3 free throws as Heidi fouls M.J. Collins. And maybe this will get MJ going. He's going to get 3 looks from the free throw line.
This is a mistake that Heidi just can't make. You just got to live with the contest. You're switching that screen out. Clearly the contact there to the shooting arm, but you never want to let a scorer see a couple go in when he's struggling at the line. It totally jump-starts guys' games.
He's 0 for 7 from the floor, 0 for 5 from three-point land, but let's see what he does from 15 feet. MJ, the leading scorer in the conference at 19, and that slipped down a point over the last week or so. He rips the first one. He's an 84% free throw shooter, which is 7th best in the conference. second one comes off. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Adam, Wally, Renee, and John will catch you up on the best action from around the country and break down our first half. AT&T at the half coming up in a little over 3 minutes.
Nessa, I think you know, just from the outside looking in, you do worry a little bit about regression for MJ Collins because his first 3 seasons, only a 28% three-point shooter. Now, he's gained confidence and he's getting a lot more opportunity this season. But with the way he started, you just wonder if it's a little bit of regression back to the mean.
Because he only scored 7.5 points a game last year and then jumped it all the way to 20-plus, now down to 19. And maybe fading a little bit, as Robbie said. Lob is no good, and another Aztec turnover as Elamine brings it the other way.
Vince Carter wasn't getting that lob.
And that same shot for him. Boy, quick hands out there by Odin.
Odin's had a good first half. Good slip, though, by Templin.
Templin scores on the inside. He's got 7.
That's what it's got to be right there. Because San Diego State is going to be so active in their switches, you've got to get up there and slip it last minute. Look for some opportunities there.
Maybe the most unlikely guy has kept the Aggies in at Templin. With 7 points right now, has made it a 7-point game until that goes in, and now it's back to double digits.
Not off the bounce, but it's with the jab, just rocking you back and forth, and again, finding that rhythm.
Allen Templin's going to try 3. Heat check. Got it.
But just too casual there from Simmons, especially after Templin has made one here. You've got to switch that and have some awareness that he's got it going.
All of a sudden, the herd behind us is back in it. Oh, off the window. Tough shot by DeGorbo. I'm not sure if that was just a prayer, but it went in anyway.
I think they got DeGorville for a tech. Turpin after that shot. DeGorville's had some wild looks at the rim here. Got that foul shot off just throwing it up earlier, and you know, here going glass off 1 foot. And I think there was some words. I couldn't tell there though.
No. So it's going to be MJ Collins on the other end with the free throws.
As this first half has gone for Utah State, to find themselves at this place, only down 8 with a free throw in the ball, they've got to feel pretty good about where they're at.
Absolutely. Got them both. Let's see if we can see what happened after that shot.
Well, he must have said something really bad.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's
something you can't say in Utah.
Seriously. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Must have been the magic words.
Falslet has not been a factor offensively at all in the game so far. Lob, Templin, tough catch, tough turn, score.
But I love the set because it gets you the slip out, and Templin's pushing him up the lane. Really good recognition there. And again, the slip's starting to pay dividends.
Here comes the crowd again. Odin thought about a 3. Now he's going to drive against that lane.
Utah State, though, offensively, starting to find something here with the slip. You're going to see the way that you get Carson Templin. After the slip, he's pushing Simmons up that lane. Nice job of using the pivot, getting to the strong right hand. Carson Templin's having himself a first half.
No doubt. 12 points for Templin to lead the way. He's helped cut the lead down to 5. Here he is on the other end. Cross-court pass. The 3 won't go. They've only got 1 so far today, and now it's going to be a jump ball or a foul.
It was a great offensive possession. I mean, you get an open look for Elamine. It's a terrific cut from Falslev, but you can't commit the frustration foul of not getting the basket, and now you walk 94 feet and allow San Diego State to shoot 2 free throws.
And it's Falslev that's going to get the foul called. He wanted the jump ball. Instead, it sends Simmons to the free throw line. So Heidi Compton and Simmons for San Diego State with 2. Clark with 2 for Utah State. And Simmons 3 out of 4 from the free throw line.
What a luxury that Brian Dutcher has to, even with the injuries they have, be able to rotate guys through. And Simmons is going to hear about that one.
That one was not close. Allen on the drive. Through traffic, through three guys to the baseline. And the three goes for Elamine. Brian Dutcher's seen enough. The 11-point lead has dissipated to a deuce. 50 seconds left in the half, and the herd is rumbling in Logan. A 7-0 Aggie run, Robbie.
Well, Ness, we've talked about how if you drive it against San Diego State, it's not going to be for you. Look at the way the Aztecs converge on this Allen drive. You got four guys all in here. The passes to the corner. It's a great jump stop, but the understanding that the drive isn't for you, it's for my teammate in the corner. That's a terrific play from Drake Allen.
Only the third three of the first half for the Aggies, and it has lit up the spectrum again. Final 45 and a half. DJ Davis, a double team and a steal, and Templin should have held on to it. Davis, short. Collins runs down the long rebound.
And Utah State wise to hold for the last shot here.
About a 2-second difference on a shot clock and the game clock. If this thing is tied or if they lead at halftime, it's going to be unbelievable.
Absolutely. It showed some real fight here in the last 4 minutes of this thing to get to where they're at.
Allen up.
If I've ever seen a play like this. It's a lob from Allen. It hits off the rim, and somehow Elamine just hangs around here, and he puts it right through. Utah State had nothing going. Now they've got all the momentum.
A 9-0 run for the Aggies to end the half. 34-34 at the end of the first half. We'll send you to Adam Zucker and the crew in New York with the AT&T at the half after this message and a word from your local station. CBS Sports college basketball coverage is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Try Pick 6 for $19.99. State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. The Spectrum and Logan alive as we're about set to start the second half. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler, Robbie Hummel. Partner, about 15 minutes ago, we're looking at an 11-point deficit for Utah State. And what a difference it was made in the last 2.5 minutes.
Well, that technical foul on Taj DeGorville at the 2-minute mark really changed all the momentum. You look at Utah State, they go on a 9-0 run, and now San Diego State, they've got to find a way to get some of that momentum back here.
And it was Carson Templin who was kind of leading the way, but defense for San Diego State, at least early, was sensational.
It certainly was. The job that they've done on both Mason Falslev and MJ Collins, they only have combined for 6 points, 1 of 11 from the field. The three-point shooting's been bottled up, so have the looks at the rim. But Carson Templin was able to keep the Aggies in this thing. The inside-out threat got it going around the rim, knocked down a three, made a couple big defensive plays. He had himself a half. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 on the offensive board.
And you got to love the kiss.
Yes.
Here's a take. Look at the Jersey Mike subs first half. Stats, 46%. Neither team shooting very well from three-point land. And that points in the paint, a lot of that came in the last 4 minutes maybe for Utah State. That's their bread and butter. They couldn't butter it in the first probably 15 minutes of this game. But here we go, second half, tied at 34.
See if Miles Bird can get his offense going. Really quiet in that first half, and that's a loud start to his second. He was just waiting on that shot to tee off.
Voslev's only got 2 points, trying to get things started with the opening shot of the second half, and had it swatted out of there by Bird.
You got Heidi on the verticality and Miles Bird just teeing off, and he's ready for that.
Three-pointer is short by Elamine, who hit the big one at the end of the half. Trying to save it on the sideline, and Davis kept the handle. Heidi out on top. Gives it off to Bird. Almost lost the handle. He'll put it up over Collins. And the rebound was kind of a cheap one underneath by Oden, and he scores.
How good has he been? We said this in the first half, but the prior 3 games, he only had 5 points. He's moved to the starting lineup. He has given them so much here in this game.
Their last game on Wednesday at 1 point and 3 rebounds, and right now he's got 8. Collins back out. Allen's not a big three-point shooter. He rimmed it out.
They are really helping off him, just sagging off Allen and making him prove it.
Dixon Waters trapped in the corner. Elamine with those long arms all over him. He found Bird, though. In and out on the 3, and Elamine the rebound. Drake Allen in the paint, trying to get it to Keller, and they turn it over, and that's turnover number 11. Both teams had 10 in the first half.
Well, and a little bit of a changeup there from San Diego State. We saw them switch 5 ways so often in the first half, and there, Miles Heidi, he's in that drop coverage. A little bit of a different look there, and Drake Allen throws it out of bounds.
Allen leading the Mountain West in assists. Hasn't been that effective in that area today as well. Heidi turns, goes baseline, has to give it up. Oden outside, in and out.
Good job by Zach Keller of knowing that Heidi, he wants to get back to that left jump hook if he's posting up. Overplay that.
And it's a lazy pass, and it's 2-on-1. Davis on the crossover, and he'll go to the line as he's fouled by Allen.
But another play from Oden. Not a good pass. He's in that passing lane. I thought maybe B.J. Davis could have given it up to him. He's running the floor. But there Davis with the on-ball pressure. Oden shoots through. B.J. Davis is going to the line for 2.
And he is the 3rd best free throw shooter in the conference. His first trip there today. Points for him.
He's really responded. I kind of mentioned the Grand Canyon missed free throw, and then he doesn't score at UNLV, and he comes right back. They played him at the point out of necessity at 9-5 in that win against Colorado State, and they're going to need him. As long as Elsie Harrington's out, you still have Sean Newman, but B.J. Davis playing a big role for this team.
No doubt. That was his first start of the season against Colorado State due to the injuries. And right now he's got 6 points and has given his team a 4-point advantage. Elamine, nice pass down to Fulton.
Fulton is a terrific cutter. What a pass from Elamine. One-handed, rifles it down there. You lose track of Falslev. He's probably going to be at the rim.
Davis, Falslev all over him. Gives it to Dixon Waters. This might be going up. Nope. Tipped by Falslev in the steal. Outlet to Collins on the run. And Bird got back and blocked another one.
MJ Collins is having that type of afternoon, though. Falslev leads the league in steals. It looks like it's going to be an easy shot at the rim. And Miles Bird, what an effort. Doesn't have it going on offense, but that's his second block of the second half. He is still out there guarding.
And now a steal by Water. Dixon Waters going coast to coast. And he'll go to the free throw line.
This has not been a game of great ball protection.
No, it hasn't.
But neither of these teams, certainly they're both going to get after you and try to force these turnovers. And Utah State has been really good on the year. They only average just under 11 a game.
13 right now.
Been more of a problem for the Aztecs, but both these teams have given it up.
Dixon Waters Went over the 1,000-point mark a couple of weeks ago. Knocks down the free throw. He's got 11 tonight at 10 Eastern over on CBS Sports Network. There's more Mountain West mayhem. San Jose State squares off with New Mexico. Rich Waltz, Dan Dickow on the call tonight on CBS Sports Network. Bracketology-wise, New Mexico still in the hunt as one of the last 4 in. Dixon Waters with 12 leads the way right now for the Aztecs, and they're up by 4.
What a job that Eric Olin has done at New Mexico. You lose your coach, Richard Pitino, Donovan Dent no longer on the team, and he's got him right back in position to make the NCAA tournament.
Collins still can't buy one from the outside. Heidi will clear it off to Davis. 2-on-2. Davis going to try to do it on his own and does.
Boy, he got right to the body of Perryman. Knocks him back, but doesn't overdo it. B.J. Davis, not the biggest guy out there at 6'2", but playing bigger than his size. Those DHOs with Miles Bird. Be careful. That's what I'm talking about, though, Ness. He'll wow you every once in a while.
He's wowed me the whole day so far.
True. He's had a big one.
14 for Carson. And there's a steal by Falslip. If he can keep it, no, it's going to go to the Aztecs. Perryman on it. We haven't had to worry too much about the shot clock, but it is down to 6. And that means Waters-Dixon. Wow. Dixon Waters, excuse me.
He's out here like Joe Johnson. I mean, with that body and that mid-range game, anytime you get low in the shot clock, going to him is a great option.
It's not like it's a big jump shot. It's just
he just got a gentle fade. He gets to the body. Now active hands by Davis, but a little overdone.
Let's take a look at that last shot by Dixon Waters.
Well, now his 11th straight game in double figures. You know, he knocks Falslip back, but it's definitely not an offensive foul. And then J. Davis, just a little too much contact there, but you do like how active he is on the basketball.
And they're going to sit Falslip right now. Perryman and Collins, the backcourt for the Aggies. Colby King's in the lineup, too. They could use his firepower. There goes one. That rims out, though. And the foul, no good either.
MJ Collins, even on some of these easy looks, and now he's down, and San Diego State's got numbers.
5-on-4. He's still trying to get up and get into the front court. He does get there.
San Diego State really didn't take advantage.
Nope. Davis with template on him. Going to backpedal and fire a 3. Not a great shot.
Bit of a settle there.
Well, MJ's day has not been what he was hoping for. All 4 of his points have come from the free throw line, and 0 for everywhere else.
And he's now 9 of his last 41 from 3.
I think he might have a bloody lip. He hit the deck on that last trip and was face down, and as Robbie said, they didn't take advantage of the numbers. Right there, he tripped on the shoe. Yeah, and then he got hit in the face with the back tire. Where's the offense going to come from for Utah State?
Perryman? Yeah. That'll work. Go to your freshman point guard.
Averaging 5 a game. He's got 6. Newman on top, looking for a screen. They double him momentarily. Cross-court pass wide open. Simmons. Rebound battle. And finally won by the Aggies. They've got a 3-on-2 if they make it pay. Pentland up, under, and in. Wide open 3. That's not the guy you want taking it, but he missed it. And Alameen with a rebound.
He's down with a sprained ankle, and now Utah State has numbers.
King, a little hesitation, but he walked. And now we have to look over at Reese Dixon Waters right in front of his own bench and in a lot of pain. And the shoe is coming off immediately.
Or he's going to try to tie it up as tight as he can.
No, that might be it too.
With that bench over there, you wonder if maybe he took a backward step and rolled his ankle on one of his teammates there, but he was in a lot of pain.
Let's take a look. And he stepped on Kobe King, right? Didn't he hit? I thought he hit Kobe King.
No, I thought he hit Kobe King as well.
Yeah.
You think about the emphasis to protect the shooters. You know, that's something that should be a foul.
One more look from a different angle.
Oh, but it looks like, I think you're right, Brad, that I think he does get Kobe King there in his landing, but then he negative steps and he gets his teammates as well.
Either way, he's in a lot of pain, that's for sure. In the meantime, Aztec ball up 2. Sean Newman will bring it up against Collins. I thought there was a 3 going up. It's going to be a 2 off the window.
He's been fabulous off the bounce today. He has made things happen with that little floater, and that quiets the crowd for now.
13 remaining in regulation here in Logan. Templin, pass almost ended up in our laps. Tracked down by Kobe King. Perryman's going to throw up a prayer. Air ball.
How good was that from Farrell Compton? He's matched up out there with a point guard, and he is just locking up defensively. Crossover dribble, he snatches it back, and there's just nothing there. Really good defense by the big fella.
Use that 5-inch height advantage to block that shot. Aztecs with a ball up 4, trapped right in front of the bench. Ends up in the bench, but it'll still be their ball. Ball slips going to come back in, and MJ Collins will go out for the Aggies. Ball left averages over 16 points a game. He's got just 1 field goal in each half so far. On the shot clock. Wild 3-pointer over the back. And a foul.
Good block out there from Carson Templin. DeGorville didn't catch it cleanly, and looked like he still had a little bit of time. 3 or 4 seconds on that shot clock when he took it.
Number 22 doing one more thing good for the Aggies. Compton's with 3 fouls now, including that technical in the first half. There's Perryman losing the handle inside. Comes free and going to be knocked out of bounds by the Aztecs.
Well, with no Reese Dixon Waters, somebody else has to step up offensively for San Diego State. Todd DeGorville, he's willing here, going glass. Aztecs holding on to a 4-point lead.
Timeout for the Capital One rewarding performance.
Well, points in the paint, always such a big story for the Utah State Aggies. Even though they haven't been efficient at the rim today, they do have 28 points in the paint. They average 40, which is elite nationally. San Diego State's defense doesn't give them up. They only average giving up 24 a game. Something's got to give. Even though they haven't been efficient, Utah State's not going to stop going there.
You know, they're 19 percentage points under their field goal norm. They came in leading the Mountain West at 51.4. They're at 35.1. So that's that Aztec defense. Is just you got to pay for everything.
Every year it is the same thing. And even though they had their struggles early, this looks again like a vintage San Diego State defense.
DeGorville picks up the foul on the inbounds pass. Perryman, the triggerman on the baseline. Out to Falslip, right in front of us. Kobe King has not scored after coming off a 20-point performance earlier in the week. He still hasn't. bumped by King as he picks up his first foul.
Kobe King, he reached that shoulder in there, plenty of contact. And for Sean Newman, a guy that's got over 400 assists in his 3 years of Division I basketball. Even without LZ Harrington, you got him. We've seen B.J. Davis run the point. Good option still.
We're not sure we're going to see Dixon Waters anymore. Remember, 2 starters already out due to injury. So that 11-man rotation's down to 8 right now for what we know. Heidi underneath. Wow, blocked by Templin.
The heck of a pass from DeGorville, who had the matchup with Templin. He had him beat. He set it up for Heidi, and Carson Templin not quitting on this play. Look at how he just flies in here. You got Gary Clark in there, and Carson Templin's cleaning it up.
That one knocked out of bounds by Perryman, making the inbound play tough. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock right now.
There's no love lost between these two.
I don't think so.
You see it across the board.
The Aggies are 7-5 here in Logan in the 33 meetings they've gotten together, and San Diego State 1-5 in their last 6 games here at Utah State. So the Aggies have sort of had their number. I mentioned earlier they swept the series last year, and the rematch is February 25th.
Well, I don't think, Brad, that nationally this place gets the recognition it deserves as one of the really tough places to play in the country.
It's proving to be for everybody this year. The only loss they had was UNLV, and they had a 14-point lead in that one. Perryman missed it. Clark trying to go back up, and he's fouled by Heidi.
Well, Perryman doesn't make the play, but the push totally does. You just never stop the basketball. I don't see San Diego State make many mistakes like that. Credit Gary Clark for living on the offensive glass. You have to think nobody knows who's got the ball. Is it Bird? Is it DeGorville? Gary Clark just playing harder than everybody else, and he earns these 2 foul shots.
And he's going to get about 1 out of every 2 from the free throw line. Music's biggest night. Live performances by Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, Sabrina Carpenter, and more at the Grammys. CBS tomorrow night. Miss Nancy will make me watch that, I'm sure.
You'll be tuned in?
Yeah, I think so. I just like to see what everybody's wearing.
No, that's half the thing.
Yeah.
See what Bieber's singing.
Move.
You're a big believer, I know, Brad.
Yeah, I know. I am. There a lane violation on that? Or what happened?
I think they called it kick.
Clark missed both free throws, but it's Aggies' ball. All right. Well, they got a fresh chance then. Perryman, Templin was asking for it up high. Instead, it's a stray pass that's stolen away. And on the break, Simmons is fouled. Dixon Waters is back in the lineup, by the way, so his ankle apparently is okay.
And the Utah State fans feeling like Tay Simmons kind of initiated that contact there. False love running back.
I think I agree with him.
I do too. That's one of those where if you're coaching Tay Simmons, I think you're saying, man, go score it. You're 6'6". It looked like he was more so trying to draw the foul, and he was rewarded, but he's athletic enough. If Falslove's getting back, just go up there and crack it.
I like you can. He can. He's got the body for it. Student section doing what they can.
They don't forget.
Yeah, the one free throw that he had earlier he missed. But he didn't miss those 2. He's got 9 points. And this match is the biggest lead of the second half for the Aztecs. Here's an open look for King. And he's fouled on a 3-pointer.
I love the action there for Utah State. You've got King coming out the backside. You've got Falslev getting to his right hand off the dribble handoff, which is where he wants to get to. And then just a mental mistake from San Diego State. We see it across all of basketball. All these shooters are setting these back screens because it's so hard to guard, and then they're getting pinned in. Good action from the Aggies.
And he misses the first of 3. Still a 0 on the scoreboard for Kobe King. And there's what he did last game to go with 7 rebounds in the win over Wyoming. Got the second.
Well, it's a pretty interesting box score right now. Dixon Waters, one of the bigger stars in this game. He's certainly come through, but Falslev with 4. And you look at the way that they've defended M.J. Collins. He has 4. He's 0 for 10. Miles Bird has been quiet.
They needed that one.
You've got some breakdowns from San Diego State you just don't see. Free throw blockout, fouling a three-point shooter.
Almost the midway point of the second half. Bird on the drive with a left hand, got it to go.
But it all is possible because of the slip from Simmons. Simmons slips out. That defender on the ball just relaxes for just a second. And that's that vacuum. You drive it right down that seam.
Here's the lob underneath.
Good help from DeGorville.
Another turnover. Way too many for the Aggies. And underneath, an easy look for Simmons underneath. Nice dish by DeGorville.
Well, we know DeGorville can score, but he's made some plays off the bounce. But they just blew the whistle, and DeGorville was kind of taunting the student section.
He's already done that once. Well, we'll take the break and we'll find out if they call anything on
Living dangerous.
9:58 to go in the ball game. CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by Fresh Pet. Healthy food fresh from the fridge. Claude, the AI for problem solvers. And by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Just under 10 minutes remaining in regulation in Logan, Utah at the Spectrum, and the Aggies on their home floor, but they've only lost 1 game this year, trailing by 7 to San Diego State's Aztecs. Rick Allen back in, playing the point for Utah State. Guarded by B.J. Davis.
But the pressure is just so hard to run your sets against it.
Falslev trying to get open for a jumper, can't. 5 on the shot clock as of now. Elamine, a fadeaway, rimmed it out. Templin trying to keep it alive. And a little scuffle. They're not giving that ball up. It's going to be San Diego State ball.
A really good flash there from Elamine, because there was nothing doing into the shot clock. And this is a varsity rebound by both these guys. Bird's coming in there. Templin's not giving it up.
I thought we were going to have a UFC fight right here.
That's what they call a man's rebound from all 3 of those guys.
Full court pressure from the Aggies. Davis bringing it up against Collins. He got through that defense. DeGorville. Templin's going to get a foul. As hard as he's played, I think that's his first foul.
Well, and with the way that Utah State gets in these passing lanes, meeting the pass and being sure of the pass is essential for San Diego State. He's had a heck of a game, though.
Sure has. 16 points. He's kept his team in it. Without him, I don't know where they'd be. But they certainly wouldn't be this close. Davis, pull-up jumper. And Falslev got a hand on it and tipped it to Collins. I just keep thinking at some point Mason Falslev has got to get some points somehow, but they just won't give him any room.
Throw MJ Collins in there too. These guys have just been so good all season. Both in the top 6 in scoring in the league. Collins leads the league. Another good flash from MJ.
Whoa, look out. Oh, that can hurt your hand. Ouch. And Carson Templin still down. As tough as he is, that one hurt.
Davis gets ball, but then gets a ton of the hand there. Certainly a foul, but really good flash. Adlon Elamine, again, has just flashed and made himself available, and Utah State is good at going high-low.
I thought initially he got his hand stuck on the rim. It was in the net.
Yeah.
So Templin, first trip to the free throw line, he missed. Like I said, about a 56% free throw shooter. He shot better than that from the outside today, and he knocks that one down for his 15-point. March 1st, a new era of Yellowstone begins. Luke Grimes stars in the CBS original Marshalls. Series premieres Sunday, March 1st on CBS. Got the Marshall hat on here for the Herd. They quiet the whole crowd for Templin, who knocks down both free throws. 16 points for the junior out of Fairview, Texas. And it's made it a 5-point game. Nice spin move on the dribble by Davis. And he'll take the jumper. Rimmed it out. Rebound, Falslev.
Credit Drake Allen for staying in that play and getting into the vision of B.J. Davis on the pull-up.
Falslev. Nice dish by Templin, and he'll go to the free throw line.
And Falslev is as good as anybody in the country as a cutter. I mean, he just has terrific feel. You overplay him just a bit. It's like, is he going to come off the handoff? You're trying to take that away. B.J. Davis is getting vertical, but he's not jumping straight up and down. Really nice play there from Mason Falslev.
Robbie, that's 4 fouls on Davis, too, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one because we've got over 8 minutes to go.
Yeah. We'll see Sean Newman check in here after this first free throw.
And Falslev knocks it down. They're working on Templin's fingers after getting his hand caught in the net on that last play. So Davis will sit with 4.
When you think about that being his shooting hand, and you never want to have something on that. Even if it's a minor sprain, that tape is a weird feeling with your jumper.
Here's the foul trouble for the Aztecs. Compton, Heide, 3 each. Davis with 4 on the bench. And Falslev a cheap foul in the backcourt. That's going to be his 3rd.
Always got to be careful with Falslev. Leads the league in steals. Both he and Miles Bird. Got to be aware when they're picking you up.
Lob to the corner. Jumper, no good. Rebound, high up. Collins gets the long carry. Allen on the drive, pulls up and scores.
That's why you play off 2 feet right there. That's just an under-control drive. It's not been the greatest day for Drake Allen, but as they're trying to make their run here, they're going to need their starting point guard. You got the center on an island, jump stop, get him in the air, opportunity for 3 on the other side.
Game summary in a 1-point game. Robbie, those things in the red are normally the other way around.
Well, Utah State has not been able to take advantage of some of these turnovers. Both numbers high for these teams, but the 16 by the Aggies, uncharacteristic. That's led to that big fast break number. But Utah State, the great equalizer, has been the offensive glass. They've actually taken 8 more shots than the Aztecs.
They've got an opportunity with Drake Allen going to the free throw line to tie the game for the 3rd time this afternoon. It is afternoon now, even in Utah. When we started, it was 11 o'clock this morning. They're on a 6-0 run, the Aggies. Drake Allen, who's seen every part of Utah that you could possibly see. This is his 4th school. Utah State started off as a walk-on at junior college. Then Southern Utah, Utah Valley, now Utah State's about to be a daddy coming up this month. He and his wife expecting a baby in February. And he knocks down the free throw to tie us at 52. Here we go. First place in the Mountain West on the line in the next 7.5 minutes. And who knows, maybe it's going to be vital in a trip to March Madness. Missed a 3 out there for Dixon Waters.
Heidi set a monster screen there to free him up.
The Aggies have had one lead at 4-2. Elamine couldn't get it on the score and on the foul.
That's one of those frustration fouls. We kind of talked about this in the first half. Elamine with a pretty good drive. There's the contest, and just get back. You're just giving away opportunities for points here.
And they're going to call it on Templin.
I guess the silver lining is that Miles Heidi is a 46% free throw shooter.
And his first trip today. Well, that looked more like 96%.
That's like, man, you look at that stroke. Shouldn't be that number.
Junior out of North Bend, Washington, Miles Heidi. How about that? Perfect. 2-point lead. Under 7 to go.
They're playing the drop with Heidi. I like Carson Templin picking and popping.
The 3 goes for Elamine. And the Aggies have a lead.
A big-time breakdown there by San Diego State's defense to allow the dribble drive. And we've seen Allen a couple times touch the paint and make plays for others.
Nice layup. Good drive by Newman.
How about the Euro there to avoid that help defender? Tom Newman, very experienced player, transfer from Louisiana Tech. Known for more of his passing, but right there, giving a boost with the scoring.
Templin almost lost the handle, got it to Collins. Elamine in the paint, 4 guys on him.
That's the weight room from Dixon Waters right there.
That's Utah State's going to keep it.
Dixon Waters, experienced guy, has been around college basketball a long time. He is hanging on for dear life there, but Elamine with the big-time corner 3. Oden comes over to stop the ball at the rim. Adlon Elamine, these last 7 games, is really coming into his own.
Well played. How did he get 3 in there?
Utah State runs some great under out of bounds. That was high-level stuff right there on the cut.
And the steal by Allen. Ahead to Fosler. 2-on-1. To Collins. Got it. Timeout.
The execution on that last inbounds play by the Aggies is high level. It looks like it's for Collins, but it's the second cut there for Falslev. It's great play design. And Utah State forcing a turnover. They haven't cashed in on a lot of these, but in crunch time here, what a catch from M.J. Collins. That's a rocket in close quarters, and he finds a way to convert.
His first field goal, none bigger. Made it 59-56. Biggest lead of the ball game for Utah State. Still a long way to go. 5:42 in regulation. made some big plays defensively and as an assist man, and that free throw that gave them their first lead of the second half as well. And now it's full court heat from Utah State. On top for three. Got it.
What a set right there. Bringing Bird off the screen, and then just a little bit of hesitancy from Utah State. That's got to be a switch, or you got to stay with your man, but you can't be in between the two of them.
Our fourth tie of the ball game with just over 5 minutes to play. All of a sudden, the guy they've been waiting for all day, MJ Collins, knocks down a triple.
But the screen on the flare from Templin frees him up. What a play right there, and what a time for MJ Collins' first three of the game.
The doorbell against Elamine. Picks up the dribble. Bird. 8 on the shot clock. Bird with a left hand off the window. No good. Rebound. Utah State. Allen's got it. Now that's a jump ball on the baseline. And on the held ball, it's San Diego State basketball.
All right, Drake Allen can't believe it, but Miles Bird just digging that thing out. And what a shot here. Bird takes that indecision and just steps right back and drills it. He's been quiet. That's his first three of the game.
Third round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open coming up next on CBS and available now on CBS.com/watch golf, CBS Sports app, and on the Golf Channel. We'll get you out to San Diego as soon as our game is over.
That's not a good foul from Falstaff there. Miles Heide, if he scores in the post, so be it. You don't want to let him get to his left hand, but I thought Templin was plenty fine. You reach in and send him to the line.
3 on Falstaff. Sends Heide to the line again, where he hit his last 2. Not that one. Rebound was Templin's. Falstaff around the Templin pick. Lobs it into Templin. The extra kick. A third extra pass. Somebody's got to take it. Collins will. In and out. And a foul underneath with just under 4 minutes to play. And the Aggies clinging to a 3-point lead. Coverage of the Farmers Insurance Opens coming up next on CBS and available now on CBSSports.com/watch golf, the CBS Sports app, and on Golf Channel. We'll get you out to San Diego as soon as our game's over. Brad Nessler and Robbie Hummel with you and our CBS crew here in Logan, Utah. 3:56 remaining in the ball game. 62-59 Utah State at home. And at the free throw line is Carson Templin, who's been the hero of the day so far. Rims out the free throw.
4 minutes of the game, who can execute better? And with the way this game has gone, who can hang on to the ball? The turnovers have been such a big story.
And who can hit free throws if it comes to that? Three-pointer won't go. Falstaff, who's not been big offensively, but he's got a couple of big rebounds in this late stages of the second half.
Utah State living a little dangerously there. B.J. Davis, 41% from 3, and they just kind of left him.
Collins, kick out. Templin's going to try 3. No good. Well, Allen, how did he get that rebound? Came out of nowhere and one-handed it.
Oh, Collins set it up perfectly there for Templin. And that was good execution. And the way that Drake Allen is just going to fly in here, this is where you got to block out. Instead, B.J. Davis, he's just turning and watching. And that's a big one. That's his 5th.
Brian Dutcher goes, there goes my starter and one of my backcourt guys, B.J. Davis. And that's the 10th team foul as well, so it's double bonus coming up. And it looks like it's going to be Sean Newman coming in to take that spot as Davis fouls out with 8 points. And the officials telling both teams, get your substitute in here, get Davis off the court, and for the Aggies, come off the bench and get out here.
I think B.J. Davis has a legit case there that he really didn't touch him and that Drake Allen just kind of lost his balance. That's what was the discussion there with Brian Dutcher and B.J. Davis included. Ball doesn't lie.
Drake Allen, who hit the big free throw to give him a 1-point lead, misses that one. That would have stretched to a 2-possession game. On the season, 65% from the stripe. Got the second. It is the biggest lead of the ball game for the Aggies. There's the foul trouble situation as well, including Davis, who's out. Three minutes left. Newman, nice pass inside to Heidi.
That rollover place is so hard to guard because you're unsure if Dixon Waters is setting the Spain back screen. He's just getting out. You got two guys going with him. Nobody with Heidi at the rim.
False left slips, regains his balance. Collins will try a triple. Got it! MJ Collins. Bird backpedals for a three of his own. Rebound. Comes off to Elamine.
The execution on that last play. Handoff for false left, pin down for Collins. Really high-level offense for the Aggies.
Drake Allen trying to use a little clock here.
Same play.
Far left slip. Templin underneath. From Templin. Dixon Waters in the paint is fouled.
This is a master class in going right back to the well, but then getting the next option. What a pass from Templin. You throw it up there, you let Elamine go get it. But that's the overreaction to MJ Collins coming off because he just drilled the same shot. Now you slip it, you play off that. Adlon Elamine can get up there with the best of them.
We'll be back in 30 seconds. 1:42 to play here in Logan. Coming up next, we head to beautiful Torrey Pines for this season's first PGA Tour event on CBS. Our live coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Get you out there as soon as we're finished here in Logan. We got 1:42 remaining.
Utah State's got to be ready here off this free throw from Dixon Waters for the full court pressure. And San Diego State is going to turn that dial.
Dixon Waters has not gone to the free throw line. He has gone to the free throw line twice in the game. He's an 86% free throw shooter. He hit his first two.
He's been stuck on 14 minutes since that ankle sprain.
Yeah.
A long time.
And he drills it. So this next free throw, it's a two-possession game, as is. And he cuts the lead to 5. And as you said, here comes the full court pressure. Drake Allen's going to try to get it into false 11 right back to Drake.
Be ready for the run and jump, though. Here it is. Whoa.
Off. Templin. Templin saying it was off the Aztecs, but the ball was coming right towards us. And
Dixon Waters whiffed. Yeah. That was a long pass, and you could just feel that coming. There was nowhere for Drake Allen to go.
Yeah, you called that one. Three-pointer goes. goes.
It's the same action we saw that gets the Heidi dunk. It's that little Spain back screen. You slip it out. Reese Dixon Waters right back at you with a quick 5.
He is deadly. I'm surprised he only scores 12 points a game. They just have balance. I guess that's why. A minute to play in regulation.
1 minute remaining.
Allen, left hand, got it.
He's had some terrific drives and made the right decision every time.
Got to get back. DeGorval, a wild shot. Falslip with a rebound. And the battle in the corner won by Falslip as he bounced it off Bird.
Bird going for that steal. Falslip staying in bounds, and honestly a pretty smart play to just throw it right off. And now this inbounds is no joke here. You're in the coffin corner.
Yeah, no doubt. Falslip pinned right there. Let's see if he can get it in. He got it into Templin. And now back to Allen. Double team. They get it to Falslip. Down in the corner. Elamine just looks at the basket and says, no, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm a freshman.
That was wise.
Collins, who's come to life in this second half with a couple of big shots. And now 6 on the shot clock. Allen got tripped in the lane.
Boy, at San Diego State, you think about if you extend the game, I know a good amount of time had come off by the time they crossed, but you know, if you don't get the stop, now you are running out of time.
Right. So Drake Allen going back to the free throw line. 2 for 3 in this half.
Shooting 2.
Missed the first one. Jared Calhoun told us in practice yesterday, I hope it doesn't come down to free throws because we're not that good at it.
The blunt honesty.
Yeah, they got the second one to go. 5-point lead. 23.6 to go.
I like a little pressure here just to take time off the clock.
Elamine around a pick. Long ball, 3 doesn't go. Kept alive. Bird will try another triple. No. Templin the rebound. And the handoff. And the Aggies are going to win another one at home and make it another win over San Diego State in an unbelievable comeback from early in the first half. That's going to wrap it up. 71-66 the final for Robbie Huddle and the rest of our crew. Brad Netzel saying so long from Logan. Coming up next, Farmers Insurance Open in San Diego. You've been watching NCAA men's basketball on CBS as we send it to Jim Nance out at Torrey Pines. So long from Logan. What a game.